Welcome back to Divinity 648. My name is Christina. I'm a high vibrational energy intuitive. This is the second part of Solstice energy updates. I started off with Leo, Libra, Virgo, and just as I was stepping into Scorpio, I got cut off. So I am now picking right back up with Scorpio. And if you haven't watched the other video, don't plan to, just a quick summary. Morning messages are available on podcast. If you don't know how to get to the podcast, you can reach it on my website, Divinity 648, or in the description uh, box. I am a high vibrational energy intuitive. I work with very high vibrational energy. I'm very sensitive to the energy. I resonate with all 12 zodiac signs at every given moment. Um, I do readings in a sense that I allow myself to shift in between dimensions, in between states of consciousness, vibrations. And I work with high vibrational energy. I also do mediumship. So if while I'm doing a reading, my demeanor changes, my voice changes, my phrasal expressions change, and it somehow, some way reminds you of a certain individual that has passed on, you can trust that that individual has been allowed to step into this frame and communicate. If I say a saying or I say something that is familiar to you by someone who has passed or that you're no longer in communication with, you can trust that that was specific to you. I do allow messages at all times. I have gatekeepers. I work with Ilegua and Shinsu, and I allow that information to reach me so that way it can reach you. I don't know who's going to watch this, so I don't know who's going to come through, but I do allow it to take place. So if the mannerisms change, the demeanor change, the accents change, sometimes I stumble on my words as someone's coming through to say something. I'll call it out, or I'll let you know, or you can just see it for yourself. Scorpio. Wow. There's three layers to the Scorpio energy right now, and that's that illusion energy, it's that becoming adaptable energy, and it's that romance, that love, that love on the brain energy. Okay, depending if you're balanced or not, and a lot of you are not balanced, and depending where your placements are, it will relate to you. Some of you, some of you are allowing the illusion that money can create to cloud your judgments. Okay. Either you are focused on your money or money's finally coming in or something that has happened somehow, some way is related to money with you. Meaning you could have done something or somebody could have done something, but somehow, some way, money's just the topic. Okay. Uh, you're being triggered. You're being triggered to pay attention to whatever is going on with this money. Okay. You have Ariel, Archangel Ariel, working with you, really trying to activate and balance out that second chakra. Okay. Your chakras are not balanced, they're not charged, and they're not in alignment with who you are. Okay. So it's really important to balance out your chakras, do some chakra work, put on some HZ frequencies, increase the water. Water should be the dominant influence in your space. Primarily, you want to be 69% water. So that way you have that yin yang balanced energy and you're fluid, which means the communication with spirit comes easier because water is that conductor for energy. Your energy, I'm energy, everything around us is energy, spirit is energy. And you've got your mind focused on something to do with money, right? And whatever's going on with this money situation, either it caused an illusion or the situation is because there was an illusion, or somehow, some way, you're getting more money or you're losing that money, right? And it almost feels like if you don't come into balance and correct yourself, It's just not going to go well for you. But if you do what your intuition is guiding you on, and that's as far as becoming more flexible, having more understanding, owning your place, cultivating your inner wisdom, your own true essence. You really want to pay attention to the second chakra and all that that entails. Where that color, the associated color, um, all kinds of stuff, right? You can be very victorious in your life. Very, very, very victorious and financially independent and extremely abundant. However, if you don't do the work, you're not going to get there, right? There's a strategy in place for you, and it in somehow, some way, it incorporates that whole, like, you know what? Maybe Scorpio or the person directly involved with Scorpio has been going about this the completely wrong way. Maybe they want to do some chakra work and be more adaptable to situations and other people's perspectives, positions, and authority that is in place. And it doesn't matter if Scorpio or the person dealing with Scorpio likes it or not. This is the way that it is, and it's like this for a reason, whatever that reasoning may be. As far as romance goes, very victorious. I don't know who you are or what's going on with you, but you're very victorious when it comes to romance, when it comes to lovers. The only thing that you really need to work on is staying grounded, staying humble, being grateful, reciprocating genuine emotion, and doing that inner work, right? Working with your chakras, activating your DNA, throat chakra specifically. I don't know if you heard that, but it was like clogged. And doing things necessary to keep you healthy. A lot of you want inner wisdom. And I mean like intense wisdom. You have it to a degree, and you know this, and you've tapped into it. Some of you have actually, like, you have a portal, like you have this way of really going further every time you can reach this point. Some of you believe you need a certain substance or a certain thing to get to that portal or to achieve certain flows of vibrations, and that's not the case. You just have to do more work on the inside. um, if you smoke cannabis, stick with sativa. Avoid that indica, right? Because sativa is high vibrational. It stimulates the middle part of your brain. It helps you activate things that and utilize parts of your brain that you've never used before, kind of deal, or not enough of. Um, and you really want to trust the information that comes through, right? 30 minutes every single day with your eyes closed. You can have the TV on, have things happening around you, but try to keep your eyes closed. Wake up 30 minutes early and just sit there and just be one. Focus on your breathing. Allow whatever to happen to happen. Seriously. Like, people always say, oh, I don't know how to do it. I think I'm doing it wrong. There's no wrong way. All you have to do is be still. Close your eyes and allow you to focus. Like what I like to do, I'll keep the TV on, I'll let the kids do whatever the kids are doing, and I'll sit there and I will zone out. I'll shut my eyes. I'll listen to the movie. I'll visualize the characters. I'll see them in motion as the movie would be unfolding. And then I'll start focusing on a distant sound, right? I'll start focusing on whatever my son is saying. I'll literally still be able to hear everything else going on, but I'll selective hearing pretty much. I practice with that. Or I'll focus on my breathing. Focus on my breathing, right? Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Really deep breaths to the point where you are forcing the last drop of air out, no more than 3 times. I usually can feel that stimulation. It's like a shock, and it goes throughout my whole body, and I can feel it under my skin. It's amazing. It almost feels like you're putting completely like an oil change, except you completely drain every drop out of that thing, and you put that fresh in, and it's like, ooh, that was cold. Or when you get an IV, and they put in the saline and you're like, "Oh, that's cold. Oh, I can taste it." It's kind of the same effect when you're doing your breathing like that, okay? No more than 3 times. And then while you're sitting there, I want you to picture yourself. Like, I'll go to different places all the time. Like, I'll visualize myself on a beach, I'll visualize myself on an island or at a cliff or wherever, always by water, of course. Um, and then I'll start to do exercises to get me wherever I want to go. Like, I don't know, I just visualize and it happens and that's it. It's going to be different for everyone, Scorpio. You are trying to somehow, some way connect yourself to the cosmos. You're trying to come up here to high vibrational energy. And you want that, and you're going to have that, right? You can have this, but work on that second chakra, right? Focus on your own money, not other people's. Your stability has to come from something that you are naturally gifted at, Scorpio. That's how you unlock all that otherness, right? Because when you pursue something that uplifts you and raises your vibration and just fulfills you, not because the pay is great, because the pay could be completely shit or not at all, but it raises your vibration. And while you're doing it, you're fulfilling other individuals, right? So if you are a cosmetologist, if you do hair, you know, somehow, some way, because you're trying to tap in, practice on mediumship skills, right? Start challenging yourself to read the clients that are in your space. And then while they're talking to you, and just because some of them have a barrier, so while they're talking to you, just start giving them like guidance, recommendations, but don't come from up here, always down here. If you are a nail tech, while you're doing the nails, hear them out. What's your favorite color? Notice what colors that they're always drawn to. See if those colors are already on them. If not, right? Or maybe you know that a higher vibrational color, hello, yellow, purples, all those colors uplift the aura, uplift the vibration. Opal, I say opal. I freaking love that word, opal. I don't care what anybody says. I work with opal energy at all times. And it's basically incorporating the perfect flow of every single soul ray major energy, and using it all at once. And if you know anything about flames, soul rays, you understand we have the violet flame, the blue flame. I love the violet flame. I'm obsessed with purple. The violet flame for me, what it does is it does exactly what fire does, except it's energetic and it transmutes like an amethyst everything negative and low vibrational into serene, like high vibrational, beautiful energy. So, that's what you want to do when you work with like these things. So if you're a nail tech and you see this person's really dragging, recommend like a purple color, and then hit them like, do you know purple represents royalty? It's like all these things, and it's high vibrational, and it has ties to the amethyst, and then there's that violet flame which transmutes negative energy to abundant and happiness and purified energy. So imagine that being on your feet and those nice violet flames coming up off those toes all the way up and down, engulfing you at all times in violet energy, which keeps your energy purified and cleansed and clean. Stuff like that. Or if you cook, cook for a nursing home or a hospital, or volunteer at soup kitchens, or start your own baking business, or if you can't do a food truck or pop up restaurant things, like there's so many things you can do. You can just have parties or host gatherings for people and feed them. And if that fulfills you and it fulfills them, maybe you want to work with a gym and, meal prep for people, cook meals for gyms. Like, hey, this is my business. It doesn't cost much. I think it's like $60, no more than like $100 to go to like the local town hall or city hall or whatever, do a DBA, doing business ads or business certificate. See what is the requirements for providing that service. You know, you're not doing a restaurant, you're preparing individual meals for individuals who are on workout programs and stuff. There's so many things you can do and make money off of it and not be broke. Like, entrepreneurship is the way to go, is basically what I'm trying to get at if you haven't learned it. That financial abundance is going to come through when you trust in yourself and you cultivate your true essence instead of fucking with other people, which is what that illusion, you know, I almost feel like some of you, and if this isn't, listen, don't get mad. I'm very straightforward. I'm very raw. I'm very blunt. I get right to it. I don't play no games. I don't sugarcoat. I don't dance on the nails. I don't do none of that shit for nobody. This is raw video footage. This is what it is. This is how I talk. This is who I am. I'm also in the energy of Scorpio, so you should 100% be able to relate to my demeanor, my language, whether it's vulgar or not, because I'm in your energy, all of your energy collectively. So Scorpio, bottom line, you want to cut out with the illusion shit, right? There's no victim mentality. There's none of this nonsense. And if you really go back and review the fine lines and all the little details, you're going to understand that maybe your perspective was inaccurate or theirs was. I don't know where you fit in this. This is your life. You would only know. When it comes to being more adaptable, you really want to work on your second chakra. That seems to be a really big obstacle for you. When it comes to love life, though, listen, very victorious. Just as long as you stay in alignment with being independent, a lot of Scorpion energy, their karmic lessons that have to come to a close, right? Because winter solstice is here. It's been here, but tomorrow's like the day for winter solstice. And basically, people are breaking up. Why? Because they realize that the person they're with isn't who they thought they were, or they're seeing their true colors and they don't fucking like you or them. Vice versa. I don't know where you are in this. Um, Children are gravitating more towards the other parent than the other parent because they're seeing how toxic one parent is and they don't fucking like it. They don't want to embody that. They don't want to be manipulated. They don't want to be used. They want to be the kid in the dynamic, not the fucking parent or the therapist, what have you, or the maid or the cook or whatever's going on. Um, that's just the energy that's coming through from solstice. And if you listen to morning messages, I let everybody know a long time ago. Third dimension's gone. Yamoja and Oya came through. Yamoja painted, not Yamoja. She's the one that allowed this. It was Kali who came through with Oya. And what Kali did was she painted everybody's mask gray. So your ascending sign, the energy you want people to perceive you as, that all got painted with a neutral energy, gray, literally the color gray. Um, and then what uh Oya did was she created that it almost looks like a figure eight, but it comes like this and it goes in all different directions, almost like the asterisk symbol, the star symbol, but it's figure eights instead of just straight lines. So every direction the force is coming and it's coming in all different ways. So it's like you know how like the earth is on two rotations, right? You got, I'm not getting all scientific on you, but there's like technically two rotations, right? So with everybody's energy, it's rotating in two different ways plus three more, if you can understand that, depending if you understand vibrations and numerology and dimensions and stuff. So the energy is coming at you this way, the energy is coming at you that way, the energy is coming at you this way. It literally looks like a star and you're in the middle of it, and that force is just whipping ass in all directions. So what that means is while you're skating around thinking people can still see you as what you want them to see, in all actuality, they're getting the opportunity to see you for who you really are. No bullshit. And there's nothing you can do to block this because the energy coming through is from every direction. So if you like try to pull a maneuver, there's energy already in play in there to counteract that maneuver and still show that fucking fuckery right through it. So people get to see all that. And what this is creating is it's creating the opportunity for growth, because winter solstice is putting an end to karmic cycles. You're supposed to be able to recognize that you're in a karmic cycle where you're repeating the same shit that you repeated before. um and with the solstice energy, right, the 22, the major energy, that upbringing, right, Christmas spirit, solstice, higher vibration, raising you up so you can see people for who they are. And if you're that one that's being seen for who you are, this is your opportunity to grow. Your last one. This is your opportunity to own your shit. This is your opportunity to stop being delusional or illusional or projecting the illusion onto others, and just own your shit and be like, you know what? You're right. I don't like how I behave. I didn't realize, like, I don't know why I do that, but I'm willing to work on it and actually work on it. And I'm going to prove it. And maybe you were too late. Maybe that other individual is like, well, go prove it for somebody else. I'm good. Or maybe it's not too late and they're like, okay, here we go. Here we go. But 9 out of 10, if you're on the lower part, right? If you're that undertow energy. So again, Yamoja, before Kali and Oya, Yamoja started sending out these beautiful waves of energy. And the energy is to cleanse and clear all karmic cycles, to help karmic cycles come to a close completely. So that way everything can be uplifting moving forward as the planet is growing. Hello, everybody's ascending, planet and the people on it. So the waves were coming through, and the way that I saw them and felt them was, those of you who are doing the work and trying really hard and staying true to your true self and not trying to cipher energy and copycat and look like that one and, following these trends, like actually love the shit out of yourself, focus on yourself, being independent, and you know who you are, because it's not something you start doing 5 minutes ago. It's something you've been doing your entire life, is constantly growing. Then you're riding those waves. You're just chilling on a float, drinking your Mai Tai, whatever you want to do. You're just having a great time. You're not even fucking phased. You might have some rough patches every now and then, but you're technically not even phased. And then if you're the ones who are struggling to get yourself higher, but actually actively doing some improvement and work and addressing some things, then you're getting hit by it. And basically what that is you're really trying hard, but there's external influences and codependencies and external attachments that need to go away. So then you're getting hit by her waves, and it's not to hurt you, right? That's that happening for you, not to you energy. So you're getting hit by her waves to push off and detach the things that shouldn't still be there. So you might get hit every now and then. Remember, like I said, if you're high vibrational too, you're still going to get a few bumps, but you're going unfazed. You're like not affected by anything. And those who are getting hit by the waves, you're affected by it. It hurts you. And you understand that this is karmic lessons. And then it might not even be your own karmic lessons. If you're one that is taking the karmic lessons on of others around you, then you're getting hit by them, even if you are on that float. And that's because it's not your karmic lesson, but it's you to deal with. It's you to clean up, so that way the rest of the others can finally fucking unfold. Seriously. So the strategy that you need to have in place is to really work with your second chakra, really stay focused on yourself, self-love, self-healing, financial freedom. How can you make your money based off of something that you're good at? So that way you don't have to work for somebody else. You can work for yourself. You don't have to constantly answer to other people and be in conflict. Like, I don't know about you, but every time I go to a job, there's a conflict, and it's never me pursuing the conflict, but it's always me who has to fucking end the conflict. And I'm sick of it, right? So you always want to scan and really do due diligence and communicate correctly when there's language barriers or levels of consciousness barriers, right? So, Scorpio, focus on financial freedom. Being self-reliant, self-independent is so important in this new era that we're in. Codependent situations are not going to be working anymore. Relying on other people to be responsible for your shit or to make you feel good inside is not working anymore. Okay. So it's really important because, like I said, with those waves, you're either riding it, you're getting hit by it. So that way it's happening for you, not to you, or you're the one getting sucked under that fucking undertow. So if you're watching some people ride it and you're like, oh, that bitch always has everything she wants and everything comes easy and blah, 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 blah. And that one, I can't let that one go because that one's my meal ticket. That one takes care of me. That one pays all my bills. You're the one that while you're watching them get hit by waves and the other one's floating around, before you know it, your ass is getting pulled under. So while you're watching, look for opportunities to fucking grow because literally it's tomorrow. And if you're not sucked under by tomorrow, when you do get sucked under, it's gonna suck. And I mean drastically. You being able to see people float and see people get hit by waves means you still have a chance to level the fuck up. Because there's that fallen angel energy, right? Because every human being here comes from a god, okay? Every single one. We have 4 human races. 4. Yellow skins, red skins, white skins, black skins. 4. Every human race has a god. So that's 4 gods, okay? 1 for each human race. Technically 8 because we have a feminine, masculine side, and these gods split themselves in half. Like, whatever. Whatever. I'm not going there. Which is why I could go there, but I'm not going there. So the bottom line is we have gods, okay? God made man in their image. Exactly. God made man in their image. But God never said just physically, right? Never. I never heard that. I never read that anywhere, and I've never experienced it. Now, these gods, and I'm giving you this because you're trying so hard and you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. These gods split themselves in half. Feminine side is the left side, masculine side is the right side. When they split themselves in half, they mated with self over and over and over and over and over again, thus creating their human race. Okay? That's why one side of our body is bigger than the other. One side of our body is more masculine than the other. There's definitely a difference in our faces, and our one foot is bigger than the other. Because one side is masculine, the right side, and one side is feminine, the left side. And we have these internal qualities as we do externally. And what you are struggling to comprehend, or what the overall lesson for Scorpio is, you need to be emotionally fulfilled on both sides of your body. You need to be completely balanced within yourself. And the people that you are involving yourself with, if they're not doing their work to do the same, they're going to be creating a codependent relationship with you. And you understand what that means because you yourself, Scorpions, have demonstrated those toxic tendencies towards other people. Your overall solstice energy is to cut those fucking cords and be done with the bullshit. And it hurts, you know? Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I cut my mother off at one point. And it hurts. It hurts because it's like you're not growing. You're not changing. And if you don't grow and you don't change, I've got to leave you fucking behind because I can't be weighed down. Right? And you try and you try and you try. But sometimes you just can't, Scorpio. Sometimes you just can't. And that's okay. And that's that illusion problem that's going on with the Scorpion energy. You know, it's that, am I the problem or is it that person? And then when you really raise your vibration, you realize that it's both of you. Because 1, you're holding on and allowing this shit to continue. And 2, it's them not wanting to level the fuck up. So, Scorpio, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't know why I needed to go all in on like this. I didn't even get to the cards yet. But basically, you've got this strategy going. You're really going through this development era energy because we are in a new era. I don't know if I mentioned that. If not, you can check it out in the previous video, or you can go to morning messages and play catch up. So the third dimension is gone. We all vibrate on the fifth dimension. Any spiritual abilities that we have, it is really unfolding and really happening for you. If you're trying to tap into that, work on your second chakra. If money is starting to pour in for you, do not repeat past karmic cycles. Please, this is your last chance to get shit right before it really fucks with you. Because equinox energy is next, and equinox is just gonna, if you don't do what you gotta do, equinox is just gonna tuck it to you. So if money's pouring in for you, don't be stupid. Put that shit away. Get a lockbox. Go get a safe deposit box. I mean, you're not supposed to put cash in a safe deposit box, but who the fuck knows what you're doing? Get a lockbox, get a safe deposit box, buy a safe for your house. I don't know, I don't care. But do something different with the money than what you normally do. And if you are typically someone who can save like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, then invest that shit. Maybe it's time to do something different as far as investing it and letting it grow. Don't do the whole thing. Take chunks at a time, see what works. And then when you see something really working, then you move your money and you invest more, right? But not for too long. Um, and pay attention to these red flags. You know, it's like you get that pull right here and you know that you're supposed to back up like 10 feet, but you instead you move 20 feet forward. It's like, what are you doing? Pay attention to those red flags. You know what works and what doesn't work. That's how you're going to tap into your portal. That's how you're really going to get that shit flowing for yourself. Stop feeding into karmic cycles and put this shit to bed. Trust who you are. You know, if you could be anything in the world, anything, and you knew the universe was going to support you and you knew the universe was going to have your back, what would you be? Talk to the moon. Full moon energy? What? So I read when I was learning calendars because I am revamping my website. So moving forward on my website, the features, the pages is locked, and you have to be a paid subscriber to have access to the website. And basically, on random days, I'll have it in the calendar. I'm gonna do like free lives where I do free mediumship through video. Um, Readings, general readings, energy maintenance, where I'll just work on your energy. Whoever's in the live with me, I'll work on your energy right then and there. So stuff like that. So I was working with calendars because I hate the current calendar. I hate it. If you look at the year on a German calendar and you see the way it goes up and down, except for in July, which is major energy, by the way. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not that it's wrong because it's actually very valid for certain things. But for me, I like the calendar that shows 30 days. Every month should just have 30 days. You don't need 31, 28, none of that bullshit. Just 30 days. Bring it back to the way that it used to be, please. Right? Because every so often they change the calendar because the planetary things change, and vibrations change in the way that other planets and occurrences are in rotation change. It's time to change the calendar up. I don't know when they're going to do it or when they're going to get hip to it, but it's time to make a change. So I was learning this other calendar, the original calendar. This is like this round thing and whatever. It's irrelevant. But when I was looking at this calendar and talking with them about the different energies and the different human races and the way that the eclipses take place and how they affect us and the moons, I learned that full moon energy, because I asked them this because I was so curious. I'm so nosy. I always ask questions. People get offended like I'm judgmental, but I really just want to understand better. Um, so I was asking questions about full moon energy, and I was just like, well, why is it that every full moon people act a fool? Like, what fuck is wrong with you? And they explained to me that calendar plays a role in it because it's the initial energy of the world, right? Like residual energy that's never really been corrected or cleansed, and it's not going to be. That's the original flow. So full moon, everybody was out. That's when people had parties, they went and traveled, they did everything because that beautiful glow from the moon channeling, it illuminated the entire path. So you could see everything at night versus new moon when there's no moon in the sky. It's complete darkness. So you stay in the house because you don't know what the fuck is going on out there and you can't really see far in advance. And there's like, back in the day, you walked where you had to go or you rode horses and shit. So they stayed in the house. They did that reflecting, they did that inner work. Okay. So when full moon energy comes out energetically, that energy is loud. It's expansive. It's busy. It's confusion, right? It's that holy shit, there's so much energy flying around because that moon illuminates everything. So to get through full moon energy, you keep your energy grounded. You do things like work with hematite, right? It's a nice metallic kind of stone. You want to work with selenite too, and black tourmaline's a plus. Um, Here's a little piece of black tourmaline, nice raw stone too, if you can, and you keep yourself grounded. That way, full moon energy doesn't affect you, right? Because if you keep your vibration high, full moon no longer makes you a hot mess. It actually is like the best energy ever because you can get so much shit done because everything is illuminated. You see your path better. So, again, watch your vibration. If you're low vibration, you're going to be all over the place with full moon energy. If you're higher vibration and you keep yourself grounded, you're going to be, let's get shit done. I love full moon energy. The bigger the moon, the bigger the blessings. Personally. So fill up your well, right? Like fill up your well. Work with moon water. I love moon water. If you get some water, put it in a glass container. You can put a paper towel with an elastic on it or a plastic cap. Try to avoid any type of metal. And what you want to do is you want to just put it in your window, or if it's outside, make sure it's covered so no bugs can get in it. And you just want to let the moon charge it. 3 hours is phenomenal. But if you could do all night and get it out of there before the sun touches it, even better. Then you'll notice the difference. You can grab regular water and the moon water. The texture is different. The taste is different. When you're drinking it, it's just completely different. And you want to talk to your moon water, right? Like before you charge it and afterwards. There's a documentary on water, Secret Life of Water, or The Secret of Water. It's got like a blue cover. Amazon has it for like $4. And these scientists did all these researches on water, and they saw how if you talk love and happiness and positive things into the water, it grows. It's just beautiful. It's vibrant. It's alive. And then if you talk sad and pain to it, it starts to die. It dies. And then if you talk over that same water, it comes back to life. Your body is supposed to be a bare minimum of 69% water. So if you can talk to water and affect water and bring it to life, and it takes the shape of whatever vibration you're putting around it, even if you're writing the vibration and then you put it under the microscope, whatever. Imagine your mind, body, soul, spirit, right? You talk good to yourself because you're at least 69% water, so your body feels good. You talk about health to yourself, so your body starts to embody health, healthiness, rejuvenation. I'm 37 years old. If you go on my Instagram page, I have put my life on shuffle. So you can see all my kids pretty much are all over the place growing up. And my aging isn't really as dramatic as it probably could be. I'm not giving full credit to water because it's definitely not the case. But that's how you can use water. Talk to it. Clear-minded, abundant, creative. That documentary will pretty much fill in any gaps that I left. Scorpio, very victorious, if you plan correctly. Um, if you're not the one creating codependent situations, then you are enabling them and you need to stop. And you'll do it when you feel ready to, right? Nobody can force you to, but solstice is here. Now is the time to do it. So that way you can be in alignment with the current. When I say like solstice and paths and stuff. So just like the world is round, our paths are somewhat round, right? Like there's this museum somewhere. I saw it somewhere. And literally it's like it goes all the way up. In the core you can see straight down to the bottom level. And it's just like a giant ramp all the way around. Okay? That's your path. And if you don't stay in alignment with it, you kind of take the like chutes and ladders or yeah, ladders, chutes and ladders or slides or something like that. You'll slide right down to the bottom. Is pretty much that fallen angel stuff. As you're ascending and you're getting aware of like spiritual stuff and you're having precognitions and you're manifesting and you're doing all these beautiful things, if you don't stay in alignment, you fall down because you get weighed down. And if you stay in alignment, you stay on that path, you keep going up. Your vibration, right, goes up. So your vibration continuously goes up and it stays round like that. I swear to God, it does. Because you're in the middle. Your soul stays in the middle. It's like the fuel for your body. Your existence is your soul, your ki, Japanese word ki. And it and you just ascend. Your vibration just keeps ascending higher and higher and higher. If you allow somebody to be codependent on you for however long you want to, you're not ascending at the level you're supposed to ascend. You're not as high as you're supposed to be, which means the opportunities and the blessings and the abundance and the people that are waiting there for you, everything's going on without you because you're not there yet. So it's really important to cut cords where it's necessary. And only you know where it's necessary. Nobody can tell you. You have to feel that and trust yourself. Very victorious though if you do things correctly and trust who you are. Trust who you are. Make sure you're resting. You have a good healthy balance between resting, recharging your batteries, right? Giving yourself private space. It's like 3 R's. 3 R's: rest, refuel, retreat, right? You rest when you need some rest. Even if you feel like you can keep going, you force yourself to rest. You drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, fruits, water, veggies, nuts if you can tolerate it. And retreat means like spiritual solitude. Like every now and then it's okay to be like, nope, sorry. I can't deal with you today. Sorry, not today. Another day. Maybe like next week. Maybe never ever again. I don't know, depending on how long you endure whatever is going on. But for me, retreat is just like spiritual solitude. It's being in the house. It's being around just the main people in your life because you are who you hang out with. Think of it like the color wheel. Oh my God, it's 41 minutes in and this is only Scorpio. I got to get going. So I could be here all day, Scorpio, as you can see. No more illusions. Be adaptable. The romance life, it can totally wait, but you're very victorious. You're very beautiful or handsome, um, and you are going to be victorious in whatever's going on in your relationship life. And you can bet if you're letting go of someone right now in the romance, something better is coming into place. The money's here. Okay, if you are having an inflow of money and you are not good at managing money, give that shit to someone you can trust. And I don't mean like my mom, my dad, or whoever. I mean like someone you trust. Someone that, and you don't even have to give it to them, but talk to them. Go see an accountant or an advisor. Do your due diligence, invest that shit. Or if you are just starting off with the, I need to learn how to save, lock that stuff away from you. Get a safe, like put a safe in somebody else's house that you only have the combination to so they can't rob you. Get like a real safe, nothing that you can pop open, like a solid one. And let somebody else hold on to it so you can't have access to it. Or, safe deposit boxes, although I'm not encouraging anyone to violate or break the law. I'm just saying there's so many ways to keep money from your fingertips. So that's really it for Scorpio. You got a lot of stuff going on. I don't really want to get too deep into the tarot card part. There's some type of either you're married, your parents were married, or they're still married, and there's some type of combat. Somebody's passing away, or this might be a death anniversary, or maybe you're just finally had enough and you're giving peace to it, and energetically having like a funeral, like, I can't do this no more, I love you but I can't. And there might be some type of traditional tie, like marriage or parents or siblings or something, um, or you just live together. And in this separation, if you don't do the work now, it's going to be really toxic for you when you try to. And I'm not saying that right now it won't be toxic, because it probably very much so will. But things are moving in favor for you, because once you get through this battle or whatever it is that you're going through, me personally, I would just cut them off and not even tell them, and they'll get the fucking hint, or send them a letter. I don't know. Um, when you finally get through this battle of being able to release yourself or release the situation, it's literally like you ascend and you get to join in and participate in all the beautiful things that you're supposed to be participating in. So judgment is here. Do the work, or the universe is going to do it for you. I do see some coins flowing though, so enjoy that abundance. Be smart with the money. Don't be reckless. Bye, Scorpio.